In this mud, just out of melody, secluded. But when I emerge, you'll get a better me. I'd rather die alone than two without a legacy. You would rather brag about fools committing felonies. True, just gets ignored and lyrics a bigger penalty. Screw a hologram, my music fulfills my memory. Those are stars, the galaxies that you're looking at. I knock planets out of their orbit with a wooden bat. What do you see when you look at rap? Just a hook and crap? We weren't impressed, so we took it back. I blame everyone who didn't demand a better sound. The new generation, the elders even let us down. Too hip-hop for the community, too secular for the hip-hop community to know what to do with me. They foolishly underestimated what I created, now they hate it. And Rage the Outcast became the favorite. You would have thought that things would have changed, but they still sell us saviors and still let them weigh us down. You think we're just a link in the chain, but they still separate us and still want to break us down. We're still on a journey in the making, a purpose for the shaping. It's not too late to turn around. Don't let them put the world in the matrix, control the information, exposing the game. I specialize in particle physics and time folds. I got numbers big enough to swallow a god whole. When I rap, I spit a fit state of matter and fact. I'm black hole, speech is the most lethal weapon I pack. One whisper in your direction will put you through a mountain. Yeah. All the water underneath you and cook you in the mountain. You ain't nowhere in the multiverse I found it. Even though I search clusters and star systems by the thousands, they challenge me to the universe, to the perspective view of the elders of the universe. See if you can do reverse. To move the earth using words isn't too absurd, especially if you use the moving tools to the lunar surface. The bull emerges from the school with a dual purpose, as a teacher but also tool merchant. Wander the globe, disarming his foes with his heart held within his palm. His armor ain't closed, his aura glowing orange and gold, and he can call anybody who says they all been sold with a poem. This is his mission, to live as a musician as you listen to him converting parsecs into inches. A reward for a brain that's info-seeking. 10 more reasons for him to study and then he'll leave him. A leap into the unknown they might honor, to go and infiltrate the next globe with life on her. You would have thought that things would have changed, but they still sell us saviors and still let them weigh us down. You think we're just a link in the chain, but they still separate us and still want to break us down. We're still on the journey in the making, a purpose for the shaping. It's not too late to turn around. Don't let them put the world in the matrix, control the information, exposing the game in town. You would have thought that things would have changed, but they still sell us saviors and still let them weigh us down. You think we're just a link in the chain, but they still separate us and still want to break us down. We're still on a journey in the making, a purpose for the shaping. It's not too late to turn around. Don't let them put the world in the matrix, control the information, exposing the game in town.
In your view, are men doing anything other than being silent about this?
Rather than confronting the female anger, men are increasingly feeling that their only form of relationship power is not getting into a relationship. In my opinion, this is really sad for both sexes.
I deal with orphanhood differently than another would. I'll sacrifice all just to make sure my brother's good. Yeah, I'm angry, crazy, ugly, misunderstood, and still a better product of the state than single motherhood. Information that we all knew when I was a group home kid stuck in Starview, hardened. One of these sperm jack babies coming back to haunt you from the 80s. They hear me talking now and think I'm crazy. So much for game we should have got from our fathers about estate, women relations, patience, and barter. Drug addiction and gangs elsewhere in the space. Whole nuclear families traded for welfare in the States. So what's the incentive? She gets to talk to you reckless. Husbands are betrayed as idiots, fathers aren't respected. Message receiver that they aren't needed, so I can avoid any heart bleedage. This is what I stay strong for, even though deep inside I may want more. It's not a woman I'd allow to leave my heart worn out. Me, I'd rather be a gone boy. This is what I stay strong for, even though deep inside I may want more. It's not a woman I'd allow to leave my heart worn out. Me, I'd rather be a gone boy. Rather be go my own direction and keep my respect than in a dead bedroom marriage where she sleeps with her ex. Let you work yourself to death in a rush.
Yeah, it's leaving situations and keeping your respect. It's leaving situations because you respect the fuck out of yourself. because you stop disrespecting yourself and staying where you do not belong, staying around people that treat you well, the funny thing about that is people treat you how you allow them to. And when people get accustomed to you allowing them to mistreat you for so long, then when you actually decide to walk away and, know your worth and stand up for your worth, people, they get upset. Well, because but in all reality, you taught them that. And so it's like, I don't know, it's a combination of, forgiving yourself for the choices and decisions that you made before you knew better. But then also, it's also a side of, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. But also, you should fucking know better. Come on. It's siblings, state paid vacation, spiritual prison. It's the situations they try to stick you with. I'm getting karmic debt. Karmic debt. You know what I'm getting? They were trying to play pin the tail on the starseed, but they were blind. They were blind, and they didn't pin the tail on you. They're so fucking numb. They're so numb. They pinned the fucking thumbnail into themselves and they can't even feel it. That's sad. That's really sad.
You can't have it back. It changed my views and I ain't mad at that. This is what I stay strong for. Even though deep inside I may want more. It's not a woman not allowed to leave my heart worn out. Me, I'd rather be a gone boy. This is what I stay strong for. Even though
these are all collective.
I may want more. It's not a woman not allowed to leave my heart worn out. Me, I'd rather be a gone boy.
Even after it was like Thomas Ball a few years back, he set himself on fire on the steps of a courthouse after being denied access, I guess, to his kids, his family. And I think when you do this with people, there's a sense of helplessness. What's happening with men is there's just a sense of, there's nothing really I can do. The society doesn't care about me. And so I think
a sense of helplessness. But it's running into nothing but dead ends. But you shouldn't even been going down any of those fucking roads. Instead of turning around, changing behavior, turning the fuck around, these have all been dead end roads. Might as well. Wonder what the next one is. Maybe the next one's not a dead end. It is. Trying to clone people. You could only clone so much. You can't copy the things that really matter. Their essence, the shadow work they put in, those things you cannot copy. You can't imitate. You can't duplicate. The people that choose to form the new thought patterns. It's choices that they made, not choices that you make. So you can't make a deceptive decision to try to copy and steal what's not yours. Like, what the fuck? Universal violation, spiritual violation. Trying to blackmail your way into it? Trying to blackmail your way into a position that's not yours? That'll work temporarily. But the key word is temporarily. But wait, there's more.
Or take the safe way, bargain for your propagation, or find a hardened vehicle to escape it. From the battle of apparatchiks to the modern day surveillance apparatus. This is the mind native to the fascist. Our nation's struggle is culture made, picking carcasses like vultures came. The system numbs your heart like Novocaine. You roll with lames that give yes praises and never challenge you. You'd be reduced back into stardust if I ever battled you. So imagine what that would do if that fact applied to more than half of you. I guarantee the predators come after you. A dangerous anguish expressed through language. You're never expected to hit targets unless you're aiming at layman. Expendability presumed by the generals. While back in civility, I'll be viewed as the criminal. Thus, within nature, I can bet on you to off me. Hell if you talk,
Man.
but I'll never give you.
It's betting against you. Betting against you. It's gambling against you that you'll never step into your position. You'll never remember who you are. You'll never go back home. And not a physical place, an internal place. But where do you find in that home? Peace, tranquility, your blessings, your connection to the Most High, your connection with your spirit team. But it's like, it's the misconcept of, if I can convince you into fucking yourself out of it, that leaves the home vacant, and I can just plop my ass down there. Your lazy fucking asses. No. You can take your lazy asses up and you can do your own spiritual work. You can do your own shadow work. Anyone can, doors wide open. You can walk right in. That doesn't mean you have any right to be here. That doesn't mean when people come in and see that you're there that you're not going to get kicked the fuck out. It doesn't mean that. These vessels are deceiving. We're deceiving. Well, you know, but it's, no, we're true, we're honest. But it's like some people can't understand, much less understand, how you can do nice to others and want nice for other people and not be so selfish. Because all they know is selfishness. That's all they fucking know. Every thought, every decision that they make is a selfish fucking one. Every single one. Then there's other types of people where they're not capable of making selfish decisions. They have to go out of their way and be uncomfortable to make a selfish decision. Because all they do, their thoughts and their decisions, it's how is this going to affect this person? How is this going to affect them? Sometimes it's detrimental. Too much of anything is not good. But it's these people, it's the same people that want what's yours, have no fucking right. Have no right to it, no claim to it. No claim to it. Your essence, your energy. And, you know, but you can't clone people's gifts either. We all have gifts, right? But we've all spent different lifetimes. Who knows what? Some people just play fuck every lifetime. Some people sit here and do the work every lifetime. And when you sit here and do the work, you gain and grow knowledge and you grow. And then when you do it again, you tap into your spiritual DNA. And you say, hey, I already got it. And then you catch up levels and shit quicker because you've already done it before. You didn't refuse to do the work and refuse to do the work. Then all of a sudden, you know what? This lifetime, I decide that I'm worthy. This lifetime, I said, I fucked off all those other ones, but it's okay. Still send me the blessings for all the work I didn't put in. Yep, still send it to me. No, motherfucker. You know, it's every choice, every decision. You know, we're not defined by our past, but we're defined by the choices and decisions we make right here and right now. You know, not to say that it's too late, and we're all on different levels, and we're all on different stages. But are you even attempting to put any work in? Like some people, they have to go out of they feel it so uncomfortable because they have to go so out of their way to lend a helpful hand. But other people, I'm running out of hands. I wish I had more. Some people wish they had more hands to lend out. Other people wish they had more hands just so they could take. You're not going to get anywhere like that. Everything's an equal give and a take. But you have to use your intuition and your discernment. Have you been honing in on it this lifetime? Have you been experimenting with it? Have you been acknowledging when it comes through for you? Have you been giving thanks for it? Have you been speaking more into existence that you're going to get more? It's going to be stronger. You're going to be more on point, sharper, quicker. Do you speak that into existence? You know, I keep wanting to, it's a contagious positivity. It's contagious. You know, but unfortunately, there's no vaccines for it. They've been trying to make one, but there isn't one. Now, how do they do it? Well, it's the understanding that you're the only one that can do it. You're the only one. You're the only one that can put yourself into heaven or put yourself into hell. You're the only one that can. You have the keys. You have the chains. Everything's all in your hands. If you can understand that. If you know what they are and how to use them. But left in your name. You hold the keys to your destiny, not them. Okay, maybe they stole a couple keys, but there's a lot more to that key set. They don't have those ones. They didn't go through those tests. They didn't go through those trials. They don't have those. They might have went through similar ones, so they have similar keys, and they might open some of the same doors, but you're going to get stuck. You're not going to make it all the way through. You're going to run out of energy. You know, it's running out of energy, trying to force it. Trying to force the wheel of fortune to turn in your favor. Well, the first mistake is trying to force anything. Anything forced is unnatural. And anything unnatural is bound for failure. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. You know, but it's our choices, our decision of how we come out of the situations. You know, did we come out of it, you know, feeling like we just got the shit end of the stick and it just all fuck me, right? Well, Wheel of Fortune's not turning in your favor. If you came out of that shitty situation, at least, well, hey, that sucked, but at least I learned this. At least I saw that. At least they showed me their true colors. There's always something positive. There's always a lesson learned. And when you find the lesson that you learned, you give thanks for it. Sometimes that's the only positive fucking thing out of the whole situation is the lesson that you learned. In which case, you hold on to that like motherfucker. You grab that throat of that, and you hold on to that, and you give thanks for that. You force it to turn in your favor. You find things to give thanks for. They don't just come knocking on your doors until they do. But you have to force it at first.
Brain unified. Brain unified. Brain unified. Brain square. Brain unified theory. Yeah. Microphone check 1, 2. Haha. Alright. This is the dopamine kata. Look. Yeah. Global following, barely known locally. Training in the force alone for more potency. A lyrical injection of fresh dopamine in part verses with the depth of chest openings. On my way to the stage, you won't notice me. Like an undiscovered big punt, that's pretty sobering. Labels don't want a kunta, they want a Toby me. Men feel it in they nuts, women in their ovaries. I'm right here in the paint for you to poster me, but I'ma still go for the block, that's how it's supposed to be. Spit gross while these drones pray the rosary. Extract alkaloid from my flows like they were coca leaves. And with all the negotiating and brokering, they never had a deal on me. They never could have closed the thing. I was in Germany when they heard of me.
Trying to clone you. Trying to steal your spiritual inheritances, you know, but it's what they forgot. They forgot ultimately who was in control. It's not them. It was never them. It was never them. That's for somebody. What's going on, guys? It's your favorite Cosmic Warrior, back at you with another galactic transmission. I didn't get a prayer in yet, did I? Let's get a prayer in. I jumped right to it. Spirit, thank you for coming through. Thank you for guiding and protecting these messages. Thank you for allowing these to get to any and everyone it's intended to. And so it is.
System of millions of others. You speak knowledge, then I'm feeling you, brother. And if not, then you get from me nothing. This is a preemptive strike. You seem to be bluffing, kind of North Korean-like, and you still won't do nothing. Yeah. This is the dopamine kata. Fresh dopamine. 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 Dopamine.
All of this was handed down from the road to the path. Visitors refer to the city as just another rather freeing as the residents study a different life. Thousands of scars speak on the journey, you better without a voice. You'd rather follow the comfort in the conformity, cause we'd rather sit at the edge of the outer void. Language is spell. This is a place, no place in this realm, both staked in its hell. In our final heaven where the gods are platonic that we place in as well. Gone the perception to perceive this, brain like a skull on pieces. Any being with a half a cause of achievement knows what it costs just to reach its secrets. Standing on the vast, the very edge of the void of have even thought. Grossly unique, no two paths could ever be both the same. Just outside the most conventional wisdom, we dream into being the British from other planes. Celebrate life, you never know when the sliver could be the end. Resume nice, past neighboring wrongs, stick with alien kin. Never straight flight, wanna head back.
You know, he was talking about celebrating life because you never know when it could end. Energy harvesting, bartending, mixing up different ways to pull on the energy. Yeah, but what they didn't see coming, they didn't see the luck changing. They didn't see the spiritual awakening. They didn't see the respect that's on your spirit. True colors being exposed. They couldn't see your spiritual ranking, your spiritual stripes. You know, they were judging you by this vessel. They thought that they could walk all over you as the energy it's giving. The energy it's given. You know, I think that our ancestors sometimes get a kick out of it. I think the Most High gets a kick out of it sometimes, like putting us in some of these vessels. Completely, you know, I don't know, underrated. Because most people look through their worldly eyes. They're not capable of seeing you through, you know what I mean, through their first eye. So they're just going to judge you by this. And when they judge you by that, I don't know, I hold the belief that the ancestors are kind of like, they know what you can handle, they know what you can't. So it's like, oh yeah, go ahead, just wait. But it's also they have to collect logs. They have to collect all the information, all the details, and bring it to the Most High. Here's a list of their transgressions. This is what they did wrong. And the Most High holds court. You know, but judgment has to be called for there to be it. When judgment comes through our awakenings, through our freeing ourselves. You know, a big part of it is calling our power back to us. Calling energy back to us.
Where it hurts like a squat during the last set when the muscles are burned. Nothing concerns me more than selling myself out just to earn me more. And there ain't no telling what that money would earn me for. Trying to convince me independence would turn me poor. Trying to turn me core. I'm turning down record deals. A deal wouldn't even help. Anything a label can do, I can do for myself. People say, great, can't you talk about something else? But when
hey, thank you.
About other things that didn't help. You never heard it great and square before I came out with action. Or educated you or Molotov with a lesson. Nobody cared before when I was talking in circles. You all wanted movie music.
Talking in circles, oh man. Talking in circles. It's like they're under investigation, but they're trying to just keep them fixated in a certain radius. It's like, don't look any farther than this. Like, here's the information I'm giving you. Just stick to this. Don't do any research on it. Don't do any fact checking. Don't go question it. Don't go ask anyone. Look at me. I'm an angel. Would I lie to you? Of course not. Here's the information. Just believe it. Damn. They sound Israeli, don't they? Shit. Don't ban me. I don't give a fuck. No, it's the truth is the truth is the truth. You can't change the truth. Not with however many fucking lies and how much money you want to throw to it. Nah, the truth is the motherfucking truth, and that does not change. No matter how much blood is spilled in the process. Hey, thank you. It's the loop. The look right here. But no, but it's also the loop with the emotional manipulation. Well, it's given you finally broke free. It's given your spirit team helped you break free. But it's like they thought that they had a really strong bond on you. A really strong grasp on you emotionally.
In the industry, with all the sacrilegious rabble roused in this baby of few enemies. If hell existed, I'd probably be going. But since it doesn't, I'm
You know, if hell existed, I'd probably be going. Hey, thank you. That's what I just said in that song. And it'd be the religious type. which is true sacrilegion. What they teach is true sacrilegion. But they're the quickest one to point the finger and say, he's the demon, he's a devil. As for what? For doing what Yeshua told us to do? Oh, that's right. You only know how to recite it. You only know how to preach it. You don't know how to put it into fucking action. And that's the difference. You believe and I fucking know. And I stand on knowings. You stand on beliefs. And you only believe in what you do not know. And you think that just if enough people come at me and, oh, you should think this way and that. No. Just doesn't matter how many people have the wrong fucking thought, that doesn't make it the right one. No, it doesn't. And it's standing up for what you know. It doesn't matter how many people are going to tell you, but what are they going off of? Other people's opinions, other people's fabrications of events, fabrications of real facts, fabrications. Well, keep your fabrications. I go to the fucking source. I rely on the source, my internal source, my connection to the Most High. I know internally when something's right or not. I feel it. It resonates with me. I know the difference. Because I wasn't able to be blocked. You know about emotional manipulations? That's part of keeping you blocked in your chakras. They never intended of you even seeing any of your light. Much less it getting bigger and brighter. Bigger and brighter. They couldn't even copy you at your weakest. And now they think that they're gonna be able to copy you? They know they can't. They know they can't. Damn. They know they can't. Spirit team's onto them. It's the health concern. It's, multiple things. It's emotional manipulation, trying to block your chakras. Trying to steal a house that was in your name. It's spiritual violations. It's universal violations. But the biggest health concern is their refusal to quit. It's their refusal to change. Their refusal to start forming new thought patterns. It's their refusal to say, I'm staying here. It's the sense of, oh, well, I'm already pot committed now. What's the chance of changing? Some people are just, that's how they're always going to think. And, there's nothing you can do to change their minds. Well, thankfully, it's not our job too. It's our job to do what we're being led to do, and most of the time it's just simply walk away and let them figure out who the fuck's in control. That's for somebody.
But that's life, that's why I snap and attack the mic precise. MCing, if I ain't spitting, then I'm leaving. Cause I don't believe in spirits and demons, I'm a heathen. While the people who believe it the most have never seen it. This is the great age where every man has his price. And for that wheel of fortune, they will move that banner right forward. They cannot stop us now. Only hope to contain us. They'll try and knock us down. Onward. They'll never stop us down. So they hope to contain us.
What the fuck?
I'm on a collision course with several rappers, bent over backwards over a few books of which after several chapters. If I explode, you'll get hit by the metal fragments. You fit in, I wanna stand out like a yellow jacket. I'll use rebel tactics if the battle's ever drastic, which involves a shovel and
battle tactics. Some of the battle tactics of the enemies. It's the pedos, It's to take your light before it could ever expand, before you could ever see it. It's the energy harvesting, but it's also just harvesting our energy from young. It's getting us wrapped all up into sin-based religion and have us so wrapped up into our chains that we learn to love it. We learn to, we start decorating our chains. What's funny is, people that, never get any tattoos or never do this or that and, all scared to do it, right? live their life on the safe side, the whole incarnation on the safe side. But it's like, that's not living. You know, it's but then your temple, what do you do with your temple? You're not treating it like the temple it is. You're treating it more like a whorehouse. But you're scared you're going to go to heaven if I get tattoos. Oh no. You're choosing to live in heaven all the time. It's a choice. It's a state of mind. And fear. Just is it something just to jump into? No. It should be thought out and planned. Because there is importance in I wouldn't just jump into shit, know what you're getting on you. But it's to be scared of everything your whole life. You've never lived. You've never lived. How many incarnations have you gone through never living? Like, fuck. You know, but living by whose rules? Whose laws? Man's? We're still doing that shit? We're still living by man's rules and laws? We're not putting the Most High, we're not putting universal laws, we're not putting spiritual laws, we're not putting those above man's laws. Man's going to judge you, but man's eyesight is corrupt. As long as you're in line with universal and spiritual law, fuck man. No, whatever. I don't judge people. To each his own, right? To each his own. But nothing should be forced upon other people. Nothing should be forced on other people. Now, especially indoctrination from a young age. Some of those books you were passing around that we legalized passing it around. It's like, are we that fuck? That's what we've come to as society? We're legalizing this fuckery? Oh, it sounds like Sodom and Gomorrah to me, doesn't it? We all know how that works, don't we? Oh, but we pick and choose lessons. We pick and choose what we want to remember. We pick and choose, pick and choose, pick and choose. I don't believe that any man, any born man has the right to pick and choose what gender he is or what bathroom he labels himself in to go into. Nah. If you're born a man, you don't belong in a woman's bathroom, ever. I don't care if you want to cut your dick off. You don't belong in a woman's bathroom. A unisex or anything like that, but not in a strictly woman's bathroom. So you expect real born men, women, little girls and women to be uncomfortable to coddle to you. Well, that sounds like mental health issues, doesn't it? But Trump's a bad guy for saying that men shouldn't be in women's bathrooms. He's the bad guy for believing that. You know, we got these Democrats that are like, you know, it's nice. These, you know, we watch these senators on their ivory towers, sitting there on the ivory towers talking about, oh, it's going to be such a shame. Oh, such a shame. There are going to be so many people that are going to be harmed by this. If only the Republicans would just submit and just give us what we want. So we can just take the taxpayers' money and we can just give it to our friends and we can just get richer off it. Why can't they just see what we're trying to do? We're just trying to help the people. Just help the people. All we care about is helping the people. Why can't they see that? It's fucking fools. Man, we should have kicked a lot of these people out of... We went wrong when we started making it into positions for lifetimes. We went wrong when we started paying people to do that. The people used to volunteer their time because they cared about their brothers, their sisters, their neighbors. They cared about the people they live with. And they wanted to see the best for them, so they would donate their time. Donations. Now they want to get fucking paid for it. And they want an office paid for the rest of their life, and their family goes to college for the rest of their life. And who forks that bill? The taxpayers. And you know, it's crazy how we're at a place where we get taxed so fucking much, and we don't even care. But, you know, we only need this many taxes to support such a big fucking government. You know, we create committees to observe other committees, to observe observation committees. And it's just committee on committee on committee, and there's no fact checking. And heavens forbid someone wants to come in and check the books. Heavens forbid the taxpayers have a right to know where our money gets spent. Heavens forbid a taxpayer has a problem with my taxpayer money going to study some fucking transgender program out in another country. Not to say I don't care about that, but I really don't give a flying fuck about whatever transgender issue or studies they're doing there. It's my fucking money. Why do I have to drive by and watch my people sleeping on the streets and this and that? And I don't give a fuck about that. But I do, but I don't. America should be first, yeah. If our money actually went to America or actually went to the people in need, that would be okay. But it doesn't. The foundations that it goes to, it's just people with lack of knowledge. And people want to get up and, you know, put blame on Trump like he's the bad guy. How is he the bad guy for standing up for what's right? How is he the bad guy for refusing? And how are the Republicans the bad guys for refusing to stand down? For once, they're the right guys. It's both sides are corrupt, don't get me wrong. But the left is really fucked up. But the funny thing is, the left used to be the right. And they switch hands in the confusion. Which cup is it under? We don't know. Where's the money going? Nobody fucking knows. Well, I know where my money went to. It went to the motherfucking government. I should have a right to know where the fuck it went. You know, but we lost the right to say when we were forced to fork it over before we even have a say. It used to be we took our money and we gave our money to whatever we supported. But then the government decided that, you know what? We like making decisions for you. Let's make these decisions for you. You don't have the right to make decisions. You're not smart enough. You're not wise enough. You haven't studied enough. Let me decide what happens with all your money. Motherfuckers. Oh, man. I'm fucking sweating now. It's fucking hot. I'm gonna open the window. Hold on. But yeah, quick little rant. Actually,
If it was about money, I'd have more than Mansa Musa. Sands the future, littered the cosmic shoreline. I am the reflection of your potential, of your mind. Wartime, wanna go to trial, we can see what the court finds. For a dime, lose the bluster. I've been all over the Monty and King supercluster, nuking busters. Rare quotes, as of the quantum versions of me, compare notes. I just wanna see how far up the stairs go. We all stardust, adjusting for airflow. Tear slow or risk damaging content of the trans intellectuals family convent. When I try to speak, these people don't listen. So I tried a new vehicle and repo religions. It's all just a spectacle. A stage of actors all competing for the best in show.
stage of fucking actors. The stage of actors. So, you know, you guys know that that the Ukrainian president is an actor, right? You know he's a legit actor. He's a poor one, a really horrible actor. He's a better crackhead than he is an actor. But shit.
Some take the victim of the deadly blow, while others take the role of I'm in control. Faking wise, make the improvise. Dress the part, making lies, staying in disguise. Justify ignorance of where the center lies. The loser celebrates, the winner cries. Drastic. I'm trying to finalize the trade between you, heaven and hell, involving your first round draft picks. Asterisk, you'll know who's robbing you maskless. Flee from the guillotine, we're known for dropping new baskets. Blast this across the Omni, all anomaly, all for the Nani, walking calmly through this lost Jumanji. This is different, but you all deny me. While I traverse the realities that you author blindly. Often they would scoff at our offering, call it awkward timing. If I can walk through the portal first, you can walk behind me. Yeah, I'm atheist, but I talk divinely. Any of you ever been stalked for rhyming? No, I didn't think so. Strange Days, one-off classic, this is not a sequel. The sixth member of SG-1 with a hefty gun. You'll get dismembered, affecting sons, but I'll bet we won. Them the afraid, living in hate, the simming and spade, fishing and laid, give their biting, I might give thee a blade. Idiom vague, plenty innate, trivium, dealing in vague, from straight oblivion gate, giving them. Full obsidian slate. If I pay respect off the top, I'm avenging with blade. Each of it taken off of a block, I'm offending in rage. You wouldn't ontologically get shocked from living in pain. Even if all of this stops, the potential exists. Think you calling the shots? Determinism descends. You even call on your gods. For me, none of it fits. I'm sure to most apex entities, I'm a son of a bitch. I'ma get through this maze, even if I have to invent how to sift through the ways. Meaning in non-Euclidean, unlocking different shades. Limited like compendium in spite of living in rage.
It's splendid conversing with the ascended. If it's mercifully emerging from words that burst in a sentence, you're cursed in an instance. A version perturbed and the surge is complicit. A permanent purge, see him lurking with murderous interest. Loaded for bear, coded for lair, over the snare. The opening's there, hope to despair, frozen in fear. Stuck in his motion, he's toting his gear. The harsher the critic, the more potent the smear. Globalist fear, chosen the spear, broken a sear omen. Open ears, hoping they don't want to hear him open. I'm poking at weird slogans, roving bear token. My flow is the nearest ocean. Hold his beer, he's boasting a mere quotient. I appear gross as defiantly weird, cogent. Lying there dying, he's high in the gears frozen. Iron steer firing, flying with red Trojans. Motive clear, yeah. Nihilist go to giant of focus. Papayas and pulpit, draw upon mind invoking. Rhyme and emotions, knowing his mind is as open. Time for devotion, he is designed from the broken golden tear. These rappers, they scatterbrain. We shatter frame with the precision of batarang. Same shit, boy, that we
You know what it's given?
given?
Yeah, it's these liars are scattered brained. The whole community full of demons. The whole community full of demons. They're getting caught up in their lies. Lies about the spell and root work. Lies about, well, that is a crime against humanity, but I'm getting there's other crimes against humanity that they're committing. It's not just the spell and root work. Stolen money, which is stolen energy, or it could be actual stolen money. A whole bunch of drama queens. A whole lot of skeletons in the closet. You know, with the spell and root work and then the sex worker, they're doing some sort of sex magic. They could be in spiritual court for that. Yeah, highly protected. Divinely supported. You know, but the hidden agenda is also is also your protection. It's like that they thought that they knew you, but they don't even know that vessel that you're in, much less your essence. They misjudge your vessel. So how could they ever even see your essence if they misjudge your vessel? No, but that's what it is too. It's curious about how you're qualified for your position. It's very simple. It's staying aligned with universal law, with spiritual law. And man's laws, just don't get caught. Be good or be good at it, right? But you have to follow universal law. You have to follow spiritual law. You have to. There's no ifs or buts about that. Man's laws, I follow the ones that I align with, and I choose to sometimes, depending on what they are. Some of them go against spiritual law. Some of them go against, universal laws. But it's to each his own. What other people observe as, as a sin before God, you believe that to be so. I know it not to be so. So you can stay there coddled up with your beliefs. I don't like beliefs. I like knowings. Beliefs only work until you know better. And when you know better, then you either confirm what the belief was, you either solidify it was, the belief is true, or you have all the knowing to know it's not. And arguing with people that stand on beliefs. I will communicate to try to help you to see the truth, so you can find the truth. But I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue with someone who goes off beliefs when I know truths. I'm not going to argue with you. That's a waste of my time and energy. I know my worth, and I know who's worthy of helping, and you're not. If you're going to stand that firm in your beliefs, that you're not even open-minded enough to listen to my knowings, then why would I waste any time or energy on you? That would be really stupid of me.
Until we crash and burn, class adjourned. You ain't Antifa, you a fascist nerd. Seeking battle with the right, get your asses served. But they lack the nerve to take you off the active turf. And if that's absurd,
See godly more than savior. See Quran, Bible, and Torah pages as toilet paper. Not sorry. Flowing Binyama, you cannot guard me. More pot than Job Rosses and Bob Marley. I think if you ain't eating beats, then you are not starving. You only rock to keep a tot Barbie. The hip-hop mansion, we are plot carving. Constellation, we are broad starlings. G, you stop it, you are not hardly. Ah.
My view of this, the reality that we find ourselves in,
my view on this is the mind control has no effect here. My view of this is with all their balls combined and still not a pair big enough. My view on this is these whole community full of demons should have reconsidered their actions a long time ago. You know, digging themselves too deep. Too deep. Well, it also... Well, why? I mean, why build upon the lies? It's... Well, when the lies fall, what does that reveal? What does that reveal? The truth is really harmful. It's detrimental to those that have invested a lot of time, money, days, years, decades, who knows how long. How long invested. But it doesn't matter. It was invested poorly. And it's supposed to feel bad for someone losing it all that was all taken illegally? No. No remorse. Do better. You should have known better. And most of the time you did. But you chose not to. So...
With a legion that'll seem absurd. The ride in the battle of Volcano birds. Barely learned of the ancient inner spaces. Every version of wasted iteration. You can fuck with the culture if you want to. Get a visit in the form of invasion. The forerunners predecessors. Seen everything holy to the worst malfeasance. Inner space shall inform the sustain. One evolutionary step below the downstreamers.
all of that information was there in the Big Bang. That's the reason I say it's ancient. We are the new ones here. The cosmos is much, much older than we are. We are the infants, and we are just waking up, realizing that nature itself is geometric and made of code.
Repulsive energies act on us weird. No space, no matter, no time, but I'm here. This omniverse isn't really that tedious. Every event with an event preceding it. Nothing to do when an astral is near. Light speeded into you back in a year. All conventional defenses are meaningless. Nothing can escape it in the immediate. Avatars about completing the rules. With attention, a menace, and 26 dimensions, freedom to move. Uninhibited, their means to pursue. Infinity Hotel, key me a room. In a city on the type of fortified levels of meaning and truth.
Sitting on fortified levels of truth. Fortified levels of truth. Fortified levels of truth. Fortified. You know, and what I'm getting with that is the truth. It's you know, it's from the source. It's divine truths. It's universal truths. Universal truths. You know, it's given church leaders, humiliation ritual. It's given trying to humiliate you for standing in your knowing. Mocking you. Mocking you as if you don't know what you're talking about. As if they know what they're talking about. Oh, it's they do, but it's the deception of the words. It's the more deception on the masses. Don't look at that person from that way. Don't show that person the truth. Or don't let that person show you the truth. Because the truth could crash the whole system. You know what's interesting about that too? You know, we're supposed to be a Christian nation, right? We're supposed to be a Christian nation. Well, every Christian nation, every Christian king kicked the blues out of everywhere. You know, it was a humiliation ritual to them, all the time and effort that they put in to enslave countries through their monetary systems, to take all their land, all their property, everything that's been passed down from generations and generations. Grimy little fucks. They're lucky they leapt out of some of those countries with their life. To be honest. And then people took them in, and look how they treat those people. Look how they're still treating those people today. And these are men of God? What God? What God do they serve? Not the living God. Not the God I know. You know, bossing up court system. It's spiritual rankings. It's bossing the fuck up in our rankings. It's standing in our knowings and not backing down. Spreading the truth. The truth, not a truth. Not a lie. The truth. But the interesting part about that too is some of it's personal interpretations. But the one thing we can all agree on is that it's a whole lot of lies everywhere. Everything we've been taught is a lie. That's one thing pretty much everyone can agree on. Anyone that knows anything. You know, if you still think the history books teach history, well, they do. His story, not our story, not the story. A false story. But thankfully, records are kept more than one place. But also, it's the internal memories. You can't get rid of those.
Omniverse and several everythings. Interdimensional council of grays. How many versions of us have we found in this maze? Puffing on haze, we ponder our existence. No longer as a slave to time, space, and distance. I often forget that time doesn't pass here. You won't know if you came tomorrow or last year. Here, I can exist and not exist as a great square. Eddie Collins or Apocalypse. Keep your rocket ship. I'll take the Stargate. I was building my third.
keep your rocket ships. I'm gonna take my Stargate. That's what a lot of these wars are. They're over control of the Stargates. Anyone that knows, you know, war in Iraq. There was a whole lot in the war in Iraq, and part of it was control over a Stargate. And that's what a lot of the wars are around. They're over control of Stargates. It's the things that happen in front of our eyes that we don't even know. The wars that our brothers, our sons, our daughters that are all fighting, and that they have no idea what they're really fighting for. Well, some of them do, but they're silenced because once you join that army, you have no voice. And if you do, you could lose that voice. You know, speaking up against the crimes against humanity. It's not a very popular thing in society today. Not a very popular thing. Find yourself catching that Clinton special. Get a double tap to the head and end up hanging yourself. Or the Obama special. Figure that one out. How the fuck he shot himself with a shotgun. And then he hung himself after. How the fuck do you do that? Is that even possible in any dimension? They still haven't made any sense on that one. I'm still waiting for the definition on that one. You know, Obama has a lot of explaining to do on that one. A lot of explaining to do. A lot of explaining. A lot of skeletons all coming out of the closet. I'm here for it. I hope you are too. You know, I embrace, it's funny. It's, part of, going inward is, it's, you examine every part. And part of it is to examine every part. It's, acknowledging it. And I'm not proud of that version of me. But yeah, that was me. I did do that. I did whatever it was, yeah. But the funny thing is, I'm willing to say my parts, my wrongs. But the same ones that are going to cast stones at me, I have a long memory. I have a very long memory. I remember a lot. But I don't hold memories to manipulate. I'll use when needed. It's ammunition when needed. I don't waste it. I don't waste my ammunition. But I keep track of it. But standing in our truth, standing in our power. As a result of social conditioning, have something to say, but nobody's listening. Social conditioning. Well, what's the conditioning? The conditioning is the mainstream propaganda whores that spread their narrative about, doesn't matter what it is, it's the same procedure, it's the same playbook. They all say the same venom, same poison that comes out of their mouth. And anyone that speaks up against it, you know, it's it's look at whose throat the media is jumping down. That's probably where the truth is held. That's probably where the truth is. Probably where they're trying to silence it. Not where they're proclaiming, this is the truth. That's the last place you should look for the truth. The last person you trust is the person screaming, trust me. Come on, I thought we all knew that one. Come on. We still haven't learned that lesson yet? Fuck. You know, didn't we all have siblings that used to get in trouble and blame it on us? We know how that game works, don't we? And accountability. We know how that works, right? Have we forgotten? We think it doesn't exist anymore? Just like universal laws, spiritual laws, we thought those don't exist anymore. We replaced them with man's laws, with man's rules, man's regulations. That's silly. That's silly. Yeah. All right. I'm going to call it right there, actually. I'm going to wrap it up. But thanks for tapping in. Thanks for all your likes, your shares, comments, and gifts. Thanks for the exchange of energy. And until next time.